Uh, Striptease. It's a man haven't showered in 2 months or more. I don't give a fuck anymore. You think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck. It's about my money. You know, if I can't afford doing shit, shirt gonna be dingy. You understand? I could only do things when I know the benefit is bigger than the reward. Get off me. All right, let's do the hair. Let's do the hair real quick. Let's undo the knots here. I did two knots yesterday, and it became undone. It's like becoming undone. The first night that I slept with it, it did not become undone. Now the last 5 nights, a full week since oiling up my hair, the knot in the middle of the night's become undone, and we get this doobie shape on it instead of being on the same spot as the first one. You know, the first one, I pulled it off, and it's exactly the same. But we got to deal with the consequences, and it's recently oiled. Oiled it the last yesterday. Yesterday, I put a lot of oil in it again to ensure we don't get tangles in the ladder real quick. It's You know what sucks about this month? I still have all the month of April to finish. I'm not getting any additional money till May. All I got is $62 to my name unless I'm gonna start using cash. And I'm already using cash with coffee in the morning. That's the only thing that I plan to spend this month. My brain's already not thinking, for beer like it was last month. Last month drinking every 2 days, something like that. Hey, right there. Stop it. Right there. Every 2, 3 days. Now, gotta be careful. Ow. See, that's what I don't want to happen. It's oiled up, but after, if I sleep on it and it's exposed to the hoodie and not the silk, we start getting into problems. Real problem. And it's on this side. It was right here. Remember the tangledness that was right there? That's where the problems are. Ow. Wherever the wherever the silk from the head gets exposed, and I still lot considerably a lot. This is a lot for being oiled up. I don't see many roots on it. Maybe these are split ends. I don't see roots on it, so it's just daily shedding activities. Right, I see a root right there. Let's try to. The goal is for that not to happen. You know what I mean? Like we do all this to protect the follicle from not falling off. 'Cause not even my beard grows. So if not even my beard grows, imagine my head. And we're dealing with the last hair strands in my entire life. Hair been growing for 13 years, 14 years by now. So, all right, now that we got it, let's make sure I get the baby hairs at the back of the head. Sure, nothing down there. It's getting tore up. the scrunchie. Is it okay? It's fine to me. I'm fine with it. Two birdies. What's up, papas? How you doing? How you doing? House sparrows. I love those birds, man. They eat chicken. House sparrows. Something that I didn't know are cannibalistic to birds. It's a house sparrow. It's a brown one, and they come in many shapes and sizes. Could be the different color head, white neck, a little fatter, black head. It could be the classic blonde and white combination, or the blonde and white combination, male and female. Those they eat chicken. You give them chicken meat, they'll stir it up and make sure it's small. They'll just eat it on the ground in front of you. They eat chicken. They eat meat. It's not like a regular bird. It's like a mini velociraptor, this big. you know, a baby chicken dinosaur, baby dinosaur, carnivore, eats everything and everything. Food scraps, food, rice, meat. Confirmed meat. Yeah, like what the heck? Oh, baby, baby, me. Oh, this way. Baby, baby, me. RM. Baby, 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 me. Oh, baby, baby, me. Oh. Yesterday, I was thinking about King Von, bro. I left a couple videos on TikTok that still haunt me, haunt me. Every time I see a King Von video, Autopsy King Von. On YouTube, King Von, K Flock, Quando Rondo, I mean, not K Flock, Quando Rondo down there in Atlanta, bro. I want to squeeze triggers. For Von, Von's 100% loyalty out of 10, 1,000% loyalty out of 10. Von is the 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 non-fictional story between Ice Cube in the movie. Remember Boys in the Hood? At the end, that he grabs the AK-47, got to put in work. You never seen him in the entire movie, grab a gun, have to shoot back from his lowrider, you know, from his happy wheels. And he ended up at the end of the movie having to grab the AK and blow him up because they killed this homeboy. They killed the most innocent person. So Von is like that. Von was the type of person that did everything that they say they did. He became a serial killer, a real serial killer, but it was about getting back. People that were murdering his own friends in the hood, people he grew up with. A get back gang is a gang that is on the defensive. It's not retaliate. It's all retaliatory. It's not a offensive. They were not out there in Chicago killing guys. O Block was not out there getting people. O Block was out there looking for people who killed someone from O Block. And as a result, the majority of the O Block guys man up. Just like Boys in the Hood, just like Ice Cube. At the end of the movie, they gotta go to the other block and blow them, find them, blow them in the bodega, blow them wherever they find them, blow them. That's it. That's gang politics. That's how it works, and that's how it works when it's about loyalty. That happens the first day you got to go into prison. For some people, for Woods, for example, let's say you're white, you're a politician, you're facing involuntary manslaughter charges. You could have been a politician, you could have been a governor, you could have been whomever. You go up in there, by mistake, you're inside the bus and you see someone that's a made AB member, a made Aryan Brotherhood member, and up in there, you need to put that shank in your pocket. And when they search you, they're gonna find a shank in your pocket, and you're gonna have to either decide if you're in or you're out. Are you gonna snitch and probably get raped in prison, or are you gonna play the part and do what you heard you said? You know what they told you to say. Oh, well, I don't know. I was there. But it ended up in my pocket. I don't know who stabbed that man, and that's it. And then you end up being Wood. And from Wood, you got to fight. You know, you ganged up, you clicked up in prison. What are you gonna do? You're a white male in prison, Wes Watson style. You know, you're a white male in prison. You have no idea how lifers operate, how they work. Remember, once it's manslaughter, you go to a specific prison with other people who committed murder. You just don't end up in civil court. You don't end up in city hall. You don't end up in a small one. You end up in a big one, a big house. So you go up in there, and you in the yard, they immediately tell you either you go solo bolo, end up raped by a monkey, they fuck you in the ass in that motherfucking pen, or you hang out with the clique and nobody gonna touch you. It's up to you. What do you think that person's gonna do? They gotta click up. You gotta click up. There's no other excuse. If you bolo, you know what happened to the man last night. They held him and they raped him in the ass right next to you. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta man up. Now you with them. Now you with them. And now when it comes to fighting, it's like, yo, what's your name? I don't know. Call me Shoe. Yeah, so Shoe, go beat them. Which one? Yeah, that one with the motherfucking dread. Hit him. Bam. You gotta pop it off now. This shit gotta happen. It has to happen that way. And in the end, not only does that happen to regular people in this country, but they end up being lifers for simple, for little charges. They end up racking up for the small percent that has to put in work like that to survive, in a dangerous California prisons, basically, unless they're uh, pedos and protective custody. You're not going to be in solitary most of the time. You're going to have to deal with population. So from that perspective, hold on, let me put this on because I'm thinking about doing the bandana to the back. I mean, to the front today. Yeah, let's do it to the front. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me grab this. Oh, mercy, mercy me. I still got a lot of coffee to drink too. See if I can hold it. Mm, It was not the middle. Hold on, let me just twist it. I think that was a mistake. Let's get it in the middle. Eh, it was the middle. I just didn't have it right. Hold on. Let me get it right up in there. Got all this slack on the back. Oh, to protect the hair, baby, to keep it oiled up. If not, you know how far it's gonna get tangled again within a day. You see how I got tangled and immediately starts hurting based on what they did to it on the train. There's no escape to that. All right, all right. So when you do that, for some people in prison, they got it easy. Maybe they made gang members. They meet their friends in there. But for others, shit ain't sweet out there. It ain't sweet. You gotta click up quick. So that's the story of loyalty. That's where loyalty comes from. That's where the lesson in loyalty comes from. So in the example of King Von slid as the expletive defensive. He had to kill in the defensive because they were popping his friends. And they were popping his friends one by one. Members of O Block started dropping one by one by one by one. And they were kids. They were not adults. In social media, this and that, talking shit, blah, blah, blah. Old black member dead, old black member dead, old black member dead, old black member dead, and then in 6 months they got nearly everyone back that got popped. For everyone back that got popped, and that's what Von rapped about. That he had to put in that work. He had to do it how he do it. You say it's like, so I found him in the spot. I was with his bitch. I grabbed the Glock. Blah blah blah. He was storytelling his defensive maneuvers against the people from his hood. It's basically the movie Ice Cube, the movie with Ice Cube, the movie with Vatos Locos. You guys remember the old school movie, Mexican gang movie or whatever? It's just like that. They have to go to prison, they have to come out, and they end up like fighting in the field at the end of the movie. It's just like that. It's about loyalty. If you don't understand that, why they haven't done anything about Von? Well, you get the example that Von had more loyalty for his people than they had for him. Eventually, fame and fortune got in the way, and nobody fucking nobody went to Atlanta with a chopper, 200 rounds, and blew them up. But they should though. They really should. They should do something. Maybe if they ever were to go to Chicago for any reason that I doubt, find them, do something, square them up, because they threw the case out. Von was real unlucky in his passing. The man didn't go to jail because in jail the rakes would have got him. They got acquitted, right? So it's self-defense charge. If you look on the video, Von didn't even throw a punch. He didn't even. There wasn't even a scuffle. He put his pants up after having a time of his life in that hookah, in that lounge. It was packed to the rim. Von had the mic. Bottles were being popped. Sparklers. He gave Boom. I forgot his fucking rap name already. 2 old block chains. Gave him money. Did the gang signs. The handshake together. Heard his songs. It was crowded like a motherfucker, and Von was running the entire show that night. You understand what I'm saying? It's your party. You're in the club. You're in Miami. You close the club down. Rick Ross is up in there. J-Lo's up in there. Mark Anthony's up in there. You talking on the mic, it was a really cramped area because it was packed to the rim. And you got the mic, and you singing some of your songs, and it's like a listening party / birthday party / popping bottles. And then in the middle of the night, people that were not invited to the party show up. They were on the side of his white Mercedes, right? Von in front of the white Mercedes pulls his pants up. He doesn't even get the hitting Quando Rondo for not. It was likely for not showing up or money or some bullshit, because Quando and Von knew each other. And before Von throws a punch, they hit him with 10 shells in his buttocks, in his thighs, in his lower abdomen. They kill him. They kill him on the street like a dog. And then in the end, nobody from O Block avenged the death of King Von. And King Von's music is all about getting people that killed his friends. See that? That's where his whole record deal, his whole inspiration comes from. Getting back at people for killing my friends. You understand what I'm saying? And then at the end, he goes to Atlanta, dies, and nobody's avenged these people. They go to jail, right? And they get acquitted on self-defense. And it's homicide. On video, it wasn't even a punch. That law stand your ground, that's on bullshit. Because he wasn't even the aggressor. He didn't even get to really scuffle. If it was scuffle and he had him on the ground, right? If Von had Quando Rondo on the ground, pinned between 2 legs, and is duking him, boom, 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 between pinned down with his full body weight and hitting a life flash body, then yeah, that's probably self-defense. But he didn't even fight, my G. He didn't even throw a punch. The fist didn't even come out his hand. You didn't even see Von punching. You see Von getting up to Quando and shooting him. And that's fucked up. Especially when you was friends, especially when how the case turned out, you know? It's real consequential that these people from Atlanta are so fucking nasty, disrespectful piece of shit. Kill Von like that, just like Pop Smoke. At least from Pop Smoke and all these people, we got music out of them, right? And the most important, the legendary thing about last night that I said on my videos was that I met all these kids. I met them, every single one of those kids that died in music. I met them. I already met them face to face. I had Pop Smoke face to face. I had King Von face to face. I got Tentacion face to face. I got Juice WRLD face to face. We already connected eyes. We stood in the same area, having conversations and laughing and seeing their original OC behavior. You know, they weren't tough and shit like New Yorkers are. That you can't even get close to them, even if they rapper. Their demeanor were like kids. And they all came at the same time. Within 2 nights, all of the freshman class of hip hop in 2009, 10, 11, and 12, between those 4 years, I had already met them. And for Von to die like that, and nobody go to Atlanta and blow him, that's inappropriate. They know what to do. They got to finish the movie. They got to. They got to get up. They got to get down there. They got to get down there, suit up, suit and boot him, get a drum magazine with 200 rounds, get an AR with switching lights, find them, take out the guy that shot, and take out Rondo. And that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. On forward them. Wet them up from a distance, up close, personal, point blank, with a knife, with a scalpel, stab him in the liver 100 times like Troy Kell. Do whatever you got to do, but finish the work. It's loose ends. And people with loose ends, right? Mafia talk. Bianchi family. Una nonna mia once said, don't trust your friends. Una buona nonna mia said, don't trust your friends. Be careful. You are who you hang out with. There's loose ends up in this place now. Right? So Atlanta killed Von. Those people are gonna grow old responsible for Von's death. They're teenagers now. They're mid-20s, 30s, 40s, 45, 50s, and nothing happens. And they still mad motivated, mad proud, no guilt in there, laughing, the gang sign. Nah, son. You gotta get back. Get back, gang is still here. I'm still thinking about it. Because King Von went to all this trouble, took all this karmic, inhaled these souls that he took with his nose, like a real G, real gangster. Inhaled those people's souls like that through that left nostril of his, and nobody got at him. No, when it was his turn to go, some random demon from fucking Atlanta currently has that in his chest. And nobody from Old Block down there. And Dirk got arrested too. So the closest person, his closest associate, Lil Durk, got a RICO indictment. They got him shooting on Quando Rondo's camp in California. So the group that might have been able to mobilize some type of, lethal activity down south, they've been apprehended. In the end, those people got loose ends. And they got loose ends with a real one. That's nothing to be proud of. They should fear their own death right now. Acquitted, yeah, acquitted on self-defense. They should fear their own death today, because it's loose ends. Just again, it's the same thing that happened in Old Block. The Quando Rondo's camp did not lose anybody from their camp to go kill King Von outside after having the ball of his life, the party of his life. They lost nobody to O Block, and Von lost everyone and had to commit to a shooting to protect his own turf and people, his friends. You see what I mean? You see the politics. You understand that who's on the offensive and who's on the defensive. O Block's on the defensive the entire way from the beginning of the story. O Block's only been defense killing. Defense got to go out. They kill who? They kill who? Who? Hold on. The house and everything. Fuck everything up on the defensive, and then gets to Atlanta a little bit too far from his own camp and gets murdered by another camp. And they proud of it. You know they proud of it. You know they smiling. They motivated. They making music. They probably put him on a pipe and smoked him and shit. That's not right. That's not right. It's like Ice Cube dying in the movie and closing the movie. That's basically it. Boys in the Hood. Remember Boys in the Hood that they popped the boys in the front yard. The Bloods popped the boy in the front yard. They're having troubles with the Blood. Ice Cube is having problems with the Blood gang or whatever. At the end of the movie, he has to grab a chopper because they killed an innocent person. So, in this type of scenario, Ice Cube dies. Ice Cube gets popped drinking. Boom, in his porch or something, and that's how you end the movie. And that's not right. That's not right. In street culture and hood politics, being O Block on the defensive the majority of the time, it's not right. You got to get at him. Someone got to go get back. Someone got to avenge King Von's soul. They got to. They got to. Von is waiting for him down there or up there, wherever he is. He's waiting for that shit to go down. He's waiting to catch him as they cross over and square him up between the legs and hit him like a panther. Bow, 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 bow. You know what I mean? But that's how life is. Ruthless against heroes. Because Von had 1,000. If you understand what happened in O Block, Von had 1,000% loyalty. 1,000 out of 10. See what I mean? 1,000 out of 10, because nobody from any neighborhood is gonna grab a pistol and avenge his dead homie. Nobody's gonna do that. In their right mind, they ain't gonna do it. But they did. And they did it lots of times. And they did it for 3, 4 years, 5 years of pure gang activity. Back and forth. Bop, 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 bop. You kill you out, boom, retaliation, boom, within months. They knocked down one, I knocked down 4 of them. And they knocked down one of mine, I went blow 2 of them like that. Anyone in the car is dead. It's unfortunate. It's real unfortunate that nobody has done, that the law was against Von from the start, and that these people got loose ends out there with someone that's big. God to him for what he did, from the perspective how I seen it, how it starts, so and so from O Block dies, boom, they get back. So and so from O Block dies, boom, they get back. Von's an angel. Von's not a demon. He doesn't come from hell. He didn't go to hell. He went to heaven. He killed people because people killed his people. See what I mean? He's an angel. So he's up there. He's not down there. Down there is Quando Rondo's camp, the shooter from Quando Rondo's camp. That was going to die in blood. Straight blood. That's how it's done. In straight blood. And they better get him quick. And they better not hit him in the head. They better hit him slow. Bleed that boy out. Because there's some things that you don't do. And one of those things was killing King Von. He just released his music. He just came, everyone knows what he had to do in Chicago. Hold on, I gotta have this a little bit. Whole morning politicking. Everybody knew what he had to do in Chicago. Everybody knew. Don't kill anyone from his group. You's gonna get it. And you's gonna get it quick too. You'd be a mark, a stain for not doing it the right way. If you're gonna kill, it's like the mafia. And the mafia, when someone dies, both parties know. In California, when someone dies, both parties know. When Nipsey Hussle got killed, everybody knew about that. Both sides, Crips and Blood. Big U called that homie, yo, Nipsey is dead. Hung up a Crip from his own gang, calling his friend or someone a crash out from the Rolling 60s. And Rolling 60 immediately called Nipsey. Hey, Nip, Big U said you dead. And within hours, Nip died. And that boy came around and shot him 3 times. And that's how the mafia does it. In Chicago, in California, it's pure mafia. If someone's gonna go down, they have reasons. They talk about it. They discuss it. They assemble. That person got to go because this and this and this. But he's on my side. He's generated this and that. But he dissed my turf, and that's technically why Nipsey Hussle died. Because Nipsey Hussle brought YG, which is a treetop Pyru or cedar block Pyru into the 60s turf, made a rap video and shit with a blood and everything. He brought DJ Khaled too to the Rolling 60s territory, made a video about it, blah, 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 made the 60s look soft. What do you think happens in that type of situation when you have no green light to do those things? You get wet up. Rules. It's like the mafia. It's like the mafia. Do you really think the Gottis and the Castellanos? Wait, now what was not the Gottis, because those are the same family. The other one, I forgot. Hold on, let me Google real quick. Who? It was the guys with the cap. I forgot their fucking mafia name. Hold on. Okay. Chat GPT name famous mafia names in New York City and Illinois, Springfield. Gambino, Genovese, that one. Okay, so in the times of the mafia, do you really think people from Gambino is gonna eat in the same restaurant as the Genovese, the ones with the round cap that got like the cup on the head? Do you really think they're gonna go eat in the same fucking restaurant? They're not. They're not gonna eat in the same restaurant. They're gonna advise their own members, own made members, to avoid that restaurant because that's where these people have their meetings, have their lunch, dip their motherfucking bread and wine, and munch. There's rules on this game, and the same rules apply to Crips and Bloods. It's the same thing in California. If you're an associate or a made member of a gang in California, regardless of which side you are, you have to check in. Say, take the example PNB Rock, the Philadelphia guy that got shot yesterday that we were talking about, 87th Street, Melrose, 87 on the 87 Crip block, 87th Street Crips, gangster Crips, 87 gangster Crippin'. What do you think they popped him there? Because he wasn't nowhere where he was stepping. Because if you're an associate of a gang, or you are from a gang, you have to know that that's unfortunately a Crip set. That's a Crip restaurant. You got to call your people, and he had a gun too. You got to call your people and tell them, yo, I'm going to LA tomorrow. I'm on this hotel. He's going to tell you, you're in the wrong hotel. Change right now to the Waldorf Astoria in so-and-so. Whoop. Hang up. So you go grab your shit, remove the reservation, and move the reservation to another hotel, and then call him from the other hotel. All right, I'm where you told me to be, because I don't want no troubles out here. I don't want to get me robbed of my chains. He had $1 million in chains. He got 2 bust downs in both hands. So that's how it's done. The gang immediately knows where you could be, where you could eat, where you could hang out, what club you should go to, what car you want to drive, who you want to rent a car from, where you could be, so on and so forth. That's the only way. That's the right way of doing it. Just like the mobsters in New York City, between Springfield, New York, Gotti, Gambino, Genovese, Bonanno, Colombo, all these people. You think they're gonna go to the same restaurant and look at each other in the eye with a pistol in their waist? Nah. You want a bomb to explode. You can't do that. You're gonna kill innocent people in that type of situation. You got to keep it chill. You go to these people go to that restaurant over there. These people go to that restaurant over there. That's how you keep it straight, with no tension, no trigger, no hothead activity. And for Von, we're still, the knock on wood, the loyalty, that's loose ends, man. That man was get back all the time, 100% get back. There's nothing in his music that he sought out to kill someone for any other reason. Not for a bitch, not for money, not for drugs, nah, to get back at his dead homie. What does that sound like? Loyalty, right? Big loyalty, ginormous loyalty, loyalty that nobody would do other than King Von. And for him to die real close to his second album, right? Second, third album, they basically killed a multi-millionaire. He was already a millionaire. A young, rich man, young, rich, beautiful black man. And nobody's going to do anything about it at this point. Someone should take advantage, realize what people from Atlanta had done to that man and avenge him. Get back. Go get him. Go get him. Go get the stand your ground kid. Go get the guy that got acquitted. Find him. Proud and shit with a family and everything. Take kissy to my baby. Boom, boom, boom. Blow him right there in front of his kid. Do whatever you gotta do. Be ruthless in whichever way you think is possible, but make sure that Von finds that person and they square up wherever they are, because they killed the hero. In gang culture, they killed the hero. People that don't liked him, call him a demon. I see him like Ice Cube. Ice Cube had to put in work in that movie. You remember him, right? The AK at the end of the movie, aiming at the Bloods. Oh, you killed my friend. Boom, 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 boom. Blow 30 rounds from an AK and shit from the car like fucking Tony Montana. Fuck you. And shit. You got to do it. Someone got to do it. Someone got to man up to that. But he was too far. In the end, just like the Genovese and the Colombo, the hookah lounge was way out of reach. I'm pretty sure he was promoting his music, but it was a bad spot. It was a bad spot, or Quando Rondo had him set up from the get-go to go get him, because he had a time of his life. If you check the video, his last hours partying, the mic, sparklers, champagne, singing the song in the crowd, giving money out to Boss Top, giving money to Boss Top, old block chains on Boss, like giving chains to him and shit, money, gang and singing, everyone's smiling and happy and shit up in there, and then quick, didn't even throw a punch, dead, killed. The guy hosting and throwing the party got killed in Atlanta. Shameful, Atlanta, shameful. Go get him. Make him hurt. Make him hurt. Don't hit him in the head. Hit him low. If you're going to shoot him, make sure it's fucking agonizing and he bleeds out. It's not right. Straight up, it's not right. Let's get to stock market activities now. Hold on. Let me finish my coffee and we lock in. Let's lock in for the stock market and forget about last night. Because I seen that video about Von and immediately got heated. Last night, heated. I seen it last night. Got me mad as a motherfucker because I know the story. I'm up on every video. That's basically what I do every day. Rap daily. I'm consuming murders and all this content about people that, about what they did and why they did it for months, years now. That's all I do. I basically work, but I'm watching a video. And those videos, it's where I learned that Von is a get back. Von is an Ice Cube. Is a Vatos Locos. Rep up from my dead homie. Let me go get my dead homie back. You don't do that to my friend. Boom, boom, boom. You don't do that to my friend. Type of activity. He wasn't an aggressor. Quando Rondo, that's an aggressor. That's a real aggressor. Like that's unfortunately the aggressors. There's people in life that either are there to kill and there are others to kill for valid reasons, real valid reasons. When it's loyalty, ooh, it's fucking it's like soldier style, it's valid reason. Family member, that's all real valid ass shit. And in my opinion, what I seen on video, the man that Von attempted to attempted. He didn't even get to. I would rule it as a homicide. And you know what's worst part about it? Before I finish my coffee and get on to market talk, Georgia's the worst fucking state to get arrested on. The worst fucking one. The worst one. Back in the day, for a bag of weed, you got 2 years. And that's how soft that bitch has gotten. That's how soft Atlanta and Georgia has gotten. Back in the day, you got caught in Atlanta with a bag of weed this small, and you went to jail for 2 years. For 2. And now, a homicide is a motherfucking, it's self-defense. Now, homicide is self-defense. 187 on camera. Homicide on camera is but I mean on camera that you could tell. Not a single punch, not physical aggression. They just got up face to face. Boom, 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 boom. He was already capping him from the back. No punch, no aggression, no lethal aggression, no nothing. Bond didn't even throw a punch. And never forget that. My eyes don't deceive me. I'm not blind. He didn't even throw a punch and they popped him. That's the worst part about it. That's why there's hunger, there's drive to get back at them. That's where the drive should come from. That they gotta get back. They've gone back to every homie. They've murdered a whole bunch of people in Chicago because they were killing their camp. They gotta get back at Von. Those people from Chicago gotta wake the fuck up. Slap them across their fucking face. You're getting on a car, you're driving to Georgia right now. We're getting an apartment in Georgia real quietly. Stack guns up in there, military shit. Vest up in there. Move everything nice and slowly to a little room. Anything you guys need for that, move it nice and slowly to Atlanta. Nice and slowly, not too fast, not too quick. Very discreetly, a few trips. And then make a scene, a Puerto Rican style. Sifter. Sift up that car, man. Make it a sifter. Every 1.5 inches, I want to see a bullet hole, bro. 1.5 inches in the entire, wherever you catch him. Every 1.5, there should be a hole in that motherfucker. Because they killed the hero. And he was going to be rich. It's like Pop Smoke. Pop released the smoke, so on and so forth. They got his address on a Gucci Louis Vuitton motherfucker receipt near his bags for flexing, and they immediately caught up to him because they knew where he was. Same thing. Quick too, within minutes from the geolocation on the image. It's all get back, baby. Got to get for Von. They got to go get some for Von, man. In Atlanta, that has to go down. It has to. It'd be legendary. Legendary. Put that music on. Crank that up. Crank that music up, baby. Chug this leader. Safety sauce, motherfuckers. Pow, pow. You know? Get with it. Get with the times. Von was down in Demon. He was a child avenging his friend's death. What does that sound like? Heroic. Most of his murders, heroic. Every one, heroic. Not Demon. Oh, he's a serial killer. Nah, they killing his people, man. They killing his people. They killing his gang. They're doing an Ice Cube on him. He was Ice Cube in the movie, but he ended up dying at the end. Just by himself in Atlanta, like. And none of those guys around them could do anything about it. Boss Top couldn't do anything. Boss Top on scene after Von giving him 2 O Block chains, 2, not 1, 2, for his birthday, a whole wad of cash, maybe like $10,000, and singing songs or whatever. He had a lot of cash in his pocket, sparklers, bottle. Where's Von? Let me touch it. Let me beat Boss Top, drunk as hell. Let me get to him. Let me get to him. That should get anyone from O Block fuming, bro. Fuming. But I mean, heated, steaming, wet, mad as a motherfucker. Because if you know the story, you know that Von wasn't a major. Von wasn't into killing. Von was into avenging. He was an avenger. He wasn't an outright murderer. He was an avenger. It's like, you don't kill my friends. Because if you kill my friends, I'm going to go get you. That's it. Simple. Honorable. If you die, you be there. Dying. Yo, Bond, get him for me. I will. In the military. You know, soldier in the military be like, Bond, I don't think I'm going to make it with this one. That's a big hole. I think in 2-3 minutes, my lungs going to fill up with blood and I won't get any medical help. Hey, I'll get it for you. Motherfucker, run through the line and pop him for clipping me. That's avenging. That's loyalty. That's higher level of consciousness that not many humans on Earth are going to experience. Only soldiers go through that shit. And they break from formation when they want to do that. There's time after time. Documented events. Move the camera. Documented events that when soldiers have to avenge dead friends, they break off from the group, bro, and they go solo bolo like a Marines, for example, solo bolo. Point with the motherfucking stick, but I mean up close to get to that motherfucker. Bah, 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 bah. Blow him in shards of that motherfucker. Skin and shit, blowing the fuck off that person. His cloth, his shirt, all up in there. It's avenging. That's what Von did. Avenging. Never get that out your mind. He avenged dead homies. Avenged them. Hold on, let me remove all my shit. Let's go back to market talk. We got an hour before market opens. Hold on. Let me put all of this back on. I only did this to comb my hair. Sad, man. Nobody got down for him. That's my main argument. This man gave you his life, right? This battle buddy gave you his life, his merit. And it's like he gave you valor, enough valor to go avenge him, to go do criminal acts in your death. Like, yeah, I'll get him for you. Hold on, give me a second. I'll get him for you, Papa. It's like give me a few minutes. Well, load up. Let me get the magazines. You get me 2 magazines. Pop, 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 pop. go solo bolo up in that motherfucker. See, that's what Bond did. Bond wasn't about killing people randomly, you know. That's what people portrayed him as. But if you see the story, he was only getting back at people for people dying. You know, he did it right. He did it in the holy side. He did it in God's light. If he took a knee, God would forgive him. If he took a knee to a priest, it's like, God, I'm sorry, I have sinned. What have you done, my son? I have murdered. I'm sorry, son, but that's a cardinal sin. Why did you do it? Because they killed my friend. I had to get back at him. It's all right, son. Come out. In the name of the Holy Spirit, blah, 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 little whole water. Don't do it. Don't do it again. Done. It wasn't about personal desire, ire, anger, envy, jealousy. He wasn't doing it because of any of that. He was just avenging other people, bro. He was Deal's vote with it. It was Deal's vote. Straight up, bro. He was avenging motherfuckers. Avenging motherfuckers. That's not that's not criminal. That's holy in a sense. You could see it on him. He was soft as a motherfucker. He was good looking. They murdered a good looking guy. And it's like a 1 in a million to get a cute guy like him. And whomever gave him lip filler fucked up because they gave him lip filler. They gave me lip filler and fucked up my lips. But Devon, they made his lips real big. His girlfriend made a big mistake giving him lip filler and fucking him up. But he was attractive as a motherfucker, man. That's an attractive dude. That's a dime a dozen. Less than a dime a dozen, bro. That's 1 in a fucking million. To get an attractive kid like that. Sleek, like Pharrell. Pharrell has good cuts. He's well defined. Like, they sculpted him pretty good. His parents did a good job at raising him right. Made him good looking. But it's real unfortunate that they had to get down to his death. It should have never boiled down to his death. Von should have never died in Atlanta. They should have respected his life and what he did for his friends. They should have respected that, but they didn't respect shit. They did not. They did not respect shit. Hold on, let me put this on. No respetaron al pobre muchacho. Y el muchacho defendiendo a su amigo hasta que murió. Y nadie vino a matar a nadie cuando él murió. Él mató al que sea por su amigo y nadie mató por él. Muchacho, don't get anyone riled up, bro. Be like 6ix9ine, you want to go to Atlanta and pop that motherfucker? Let's go, bro. Let's go find that motherfucker. Let's go. Let's make a battle plan, Rick Ross style. Got to pull up a city map. We're going to get them getting gas in a gas station. Ross is in Atlanta, too. Ross might help. Hey, Ross, we want to get back. Straight up. Hey, Ross, what's up? How you doing? Hi, what's up? Aha, Rosita. Yeah, Ricky, how you doing? Yeah. We want to get back for Von, I tell him. I'll be like, yeah, we want to commit a murder in the state. Help us. What? Yeah, help us. Help us. Help us. We want to avenge King Von, man. King Von died, and it wasn't supposed to go down like that. He was having a party. He threw the party of his life up in there. And did you go? Ross probably went to that shit. Because Ross is in Atlanta. Did you go? Did you see King Von for the last time? And shit? You see him? Now we want to go avenge that. We got to get at Quando Rondo. We got to break, we got to talk with them. Talk with the guy that pulled the trigger on the street politicking. Like put his fucking knife hand like that. Touch him. You know what you did? Scare him. Go down there and shit. You know what you did? Do you know what you did to that boy, man? Do you know who he was, motherfucker? You know what he did for his friends, motherfucker? Have Quando at least beat the guy at the trigger puller. Hit him. Do something. Something got to happen. Put the word in that other people are worried that this man is going to live an old life with motherfucking Vine in his chest. He took that boy's life, man, and he should hear about it. People should press him on it right there. Wait for him to get high, right? Wait for connect with Quando, get that boy high, the trigger puller. Get the trigger puller high, and then connect with him. Hey, you was the boy that killed Vine, right? What was crossing your mind when you pulled that trigger? Bitch and word. Come on. Come here. You high now, right? Nice and toast to give him some PCP or something. Put some water up in that blunt. Give him some water to smoke, some angel dust, some PCP. Doing good, right? Nice and high now. You know who you killed, right? That man who you killed would do anything for you, motherfucker. That boy killed for his friends to avenge his friend's death, motherfucker. Pow! Put one in that boy's face. Boom! But I mean a big one. Have Ross slap him like, bow! A real confrontation, real physical with it. You's getting old. You getting real old, and you have that boy's soul on your chest. You have that boy's soul on your life, man. And that boy would have done anything for you. That boy, all the crimes that people call him and deem and all that, he did that because friends of his were getting killed, homie. And you went and did that to him, and that man didn't even throw a punch. Another one. Bow. But I mean, and Ross hits hard. Rick Ross, a big guy. His slaps, I've gotten a slap from Ross. Shit stinks. Hurts. Boom. Because I was sleeping. He slapped me one time. I was asleep in the car. He had to wake me up. Pow! Get up. Ooh. Snapped the bejesus out of me. Hit him like that. Bow! And walk away. We'll be watching you. You best get out the game like that. Best get out the music industry. And you, Quando Rondo, you better not let him record any music. Because I don't want to hear him being proud as shit of committing a homicide and getting acquitted for it. Because we're going to come down here. We're going to wet your boy up right here. This boy's going to get it like that and walk away. That's how it should be done. That's how it should be done, bro. Just like that. So that they realize that, unfortunately, what you do in this life, it comes back at you. No matter how long, you could be 40, you could be 50, you could be 60. He'll end up in a ditch when he's 50. If it's right, if karma really does come back like a boomerang, the boy that got acquitted of those charges is gonna get it. God always knows when to punish people from doing wrongdoing. He always comes back. Jesus Christ does not fail with this motherfucker. It's like a boomerang, man, like that. Karma is like this. You see it come and you see it come right back at you. That's karma right there. You toss it, it's right back at you. And for that person to kill Vine, he has no idea. He was the most loyal person you would ever meet. You'd be dying like this. Vine, get him for me. I'll get him for you, Vine. Please do get him for me. Boop, and you expire. You die, and Vine will pick up a fucking pistol, pick up a fucking AR-15 and squeeze on that motherfucker, and catch that motherfucker too. He would catch that motherfucker. He caught everyone. That's the only reason he caught bodies for. He got serial killer repertoire, but it's because his people were getting killed. Killed all associates, people close, your auntie, your aunt, your brother, your sister, your child. Anyone could get it to get to you for killing one of his. Loyalty is greater than everything out here. Loyalty is the biggest fucking thing. It's great valor in that man, bro. That's the bolo, straight bolo, at the front line in war, right? You're sitting there. You have a battalion line, maybe have a battery line, or maybe a half a battery or a unit, right? And from the unit, someone branches off. What is he? What do you think that guy branched off? You see that man running over there? What do you think he's gonna go do over there? You think he's gonna go say hello to the enemy and blow him kisses, and ask him to stop firing? It's just like that. That's what he is. That's what Von, that's the King Von right there, running by himself to go get that motherfucker. Case closed. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I'll talk about it for nights on end. Street politics to me is something magical. What Von did was something magical, 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 magical. He's a real one. A dime a million. You don't find a gang member that loyal since only in a movie, in a fucking movie. Only in a movie you're gonna find him that loyal. That's how loyal he was. So let's see what the. Hold on, let me hide my colors. Hold on. Let me hide my colors. Let's make sure my colors don't show today. Oh, they showing. They're showing. Hold on. Right there, right there, right there. All right. All right. That boy need to get that boy need that slap, bro. He need him. He need that slap, bro. He need that slap. He needs a confrontation of who he killed. That's it. Needs a big talk on it. Gotta talk about it. You gotta give him a little kissy kissy on that cheekbone. Feel the sting. Feel the fear of what he's done. Like, hey, wait a minute, what I done? What have you done, boy? Hold on. Log on to Think or Swim. Anyway, so I gotta buy 1,000 shares first. I got puts 1,000 shares short, which might have done me good. Let me see my monitor here. Look at that. Those shares I gotta buy, they're up $6,000. You see that? The shares that expired, I did it again. Do you remember that? Do you remember my conversation of leaving contracts expire, and that if they expire and you have enough money to be forced those trades on your portfolio, to have to buy those shares, they might profit? Here's the case. Let me make a video about that real quick. Hold on. Let me make a video about that. Let me go to Discord. Hold on. Let me go to Discord. Good morning, Sarah. Hold on. I gotta make a quick video. How do I make a video? QuickTime? Make a video with QuickTime. Hold on. Record me. Guess what happened to me yesterday? Hold on. Teeth getting more crooked. This camera's inverse. Anyways, so if you leave contracts expire and you have a lot of money, let's say you have $1 million in your account, and you are okay with the amount of with the risk associated with the contracts that you purchase, right? So let's say you bought 5 contracts and you let them expire from puts. You let 5 puts expire worthless in the money based on delta and theta and all this bullshit. Because sometimes at the end of a couple days, those puts may expire worthless because your buy point was wrong, etc. And they might end up in the money, but they still red. If you get assigned those, I don't know, 500 shares of SPY, for example, which is a lot of money, but you have that money, you might come in the green. And that's what I'm talking about today. I had 10 put contracts, right? Expiring last week, somewhere around last week, probably Thursday or something, either Thursday or Wednesday, and they got assigned. And I'm negative 1,000 shares, but they were already debited in my account. The contracts already paid me 1,000 shares short, and they printed money. I'm up $6,000 on the shares that I need to buy. And you know what I'm gonna do at open? Buy the 1,000 shares short, sell 1,000 shares to SPY and close the trade. And that's it. And I win. And I'm king champion. And that's happened to me a lot of times already. That's happened to me with the same thing. 1,000 shares, $12,000 profit, and 1,000 shares of SPY, which is definitely a lot of money. It's 560 times 1,000 plus, 12,000 in today, $6,000. So maybe if you have enough money in a portfolio and you might buy 2 contracts and you're okay with 200 shares to SPY at a maximum, maybe 100 shares to SPY, which still amounts to a lot of money, expiration might pay. And that's what I'm trying to say. Expiration and being assigned shares might be worth a lot of money. Pay attention. Compressor. What are we seeing here today? What are we seeing here today on SPY? 520. We're doing pretty good. We might be going back to the right numbers, baby. MACD is sort of on the flush side, but it's kind of weak. I don't like that 0.06 number right there for today. If you guys could see what's happening here, I think it's all bullish. Remember, I said on Thursday that we might pivot. It might be the end of the pivot, so it might be bullish today. It leans bearish with this cloud. Let's check the 30-minute cloud real quick. Hold on. Let me put you guys on. Let me put you guys on game so you guys can see what's happening for next week. I mean for this week. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Are we in good? Yeah, we're in good. We're in. We locked in now. We got half an hour before we open. I quit alcohol, guys. I'm done drinking beer. If I drink beer today, I'm definitely dirty. If not, I'm good. It's red. They're selling. What do you think is going to happen? MACD is based on assumptions. Look at these nominals. Looks like a bullish pump at open. It's looking like a bullish pump at open. They're going to have real difficulty. This is my assumption from Thursday remains. Bears are going to have real difficulty moving the support line and trying to make it neutral. To move this and make it neutral is about, I don't know, maybe at this angle under 517. So if they reach 517 today from 521, 520, then they might have a chance at continuing a downtrend. If not, if they can't deal with demand down here, there's a lot of space for them to grow. It's a lot of growing space for a seed. You see a seed right here. MACD's looking bullish, so all this demand might go away, and they might have a chance at 528 today. It might be a really bullish day, or it might be a bearish day. I am going to give puts a chance based on lower high. So I'm gonna buy Friday puts, weeklies, because if I would have held the $8,000 I made on the 1,000 puts I let expire for I closed the weekly last week and I let the 0 day to expiration expire, and even those 1,000 contracts printed. So I'm gonna buy a weekly for next week, for this week, Friday. So 10 contracts puts in the money short at 520 at open, and I'm gonna buy 510 contracts a daily based on the sell signal. Let's do that now just to make sure I'm in and I'm not wasting any time. So we're gonna do first the put in the money. We're gonna open them at 9:30, no matter where they show up. Hold on. Hey, something broke. Hold on, right here. We got 185. They're cheap for pre. This is gonna be the 0 day to expiration. We're gonna buy market. We're gonna unleash those at 9:30. Hold on. Unleash those at 9:30. Let's hit this right here. Da, 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 da. 9. $9.05 or 9 flat, fine. 9:30 flat, safe, confirm. I still gotta buy 1,000 shares. Hold on. Gotta buy 1,000 shares. Hold on. So I gotta wait till 9:30 then. Let me see if I sell these contracts. Auto send. Hold on. 1,000, right? I gotta get them a limit order, not market. $21. Yes, today. $186 limit to open. Hold on. Gotta wait till market open to buy the shares and get that out the way first. Gotta buy 1,000 shares before we gotta wait till 9:30 to set these orders up. There's no other way. But they printed. That's what matters. I'm up $6,000 on those 1,000 shares. I gotta buy and sell, and then after buying and selling them, everything should be peachy clean. Hold on. Did we compress that shit? This one is the one I Untitled Mav. Medium, nah. Does the medium fit or is it gonna give me an error? Oh. Let's see if I'm getting a nitro mistake or not. Let me see because I gotta post a video. Baby, 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 oh. My finances are in dire need of liquidity right now. We need liquidity. Wait, what's happening here? Why the fuck doesn't it fucking QuickTime video on 4K? Fucking hold on, fucking QuickTime video on 4K HD and 10 MB of limit for Discord is ass. Let me find a regular compressed video. This one. Baby, 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 oh, baby. Let me find the settings on this. Set file size 9 megabytes. Morning, wifeys. Butch, what is that? What is that? What is that? Food? Japanese food? Jinx? Oh, Jinx. Jinx, don't fucking. Oh my god. That's pad thai. Pad thai with the peanuts. What else? What is this? It's an omelet with stuff in it. That's an omelet. And it has noodles in it. Oh, what is this? This is rice and chicken. This is soup with chicken and noodles. Oh my fucking god. Are we done here? Still uploading that ginormous video. The problem is that the native Apple compressor is slowing down the video way too much. Remember, I got fucking a 4K camera on this motherfucker. So as a 4K camera does, 2 minutes of video, it's fucking half a gigabyte. And it's native too. Even if you record it, normally it's still gonna be half a gigabyte and shit. It's gonna be 500 megabytes like a motherfucker for just 2 minutes of shit. For just 2 minutes. 2 minutes, baby. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, baby. Good morning, Terry the Pussy Destroyer. It's another beautiful day. Another beautiful market day. I think I'm gonna start. Hold on. I think I'm gonna start trading, doing only one contract for day trades and two contracts for weeklies or monthlies, just to show off and be safe. I might. I think it's the right way. It's my show off stage now. Not money made in value, but technicals. Did Sarah, you there? Don't, baby, come back. Everything about you, baby, come back. Let's see, let's see. We're done. I'm in right. Everything about you. Down. Baby, come back. Oh, love. This one. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Let me see if that one runs as I want it to. Very good. This one worked. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got 15 more minutes before we buy these shares. Looking pretty bullish. It could be possible. Remember, I'm still leaning that this could be the pivot. The only way the pivot is avoided is if bears decide to move that support trend line to the 517. If they are able to move it to 517, then okay. It's about 517 when they flatten the curve. About right, maybe 518, 518.15 should be enough. And then it becomes becomes easy to go down. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. Oh, baby, come back. I was fine. Then thing about you. Boom, boom, boom. Baby, come back. So yeah, today I think we're gonna go for one contract for daily and two contracts for weekly. Keep it nice and steady, nice and low. Dibs. I'm getting one put on SPY and one and two puts Friday. Quickly, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Sarah, Sarah, come back. You and me is all we need. I am worried. I'll never cold without you. Sarah, come back. You give it all to me, please. 5 minutes. 5 minutes before this motherfucker opens. Ah, baby. It's spy, right? We could just buy them bitches right here. There's active trader in that motherfucker. Da-na-na-na. We're gonna close the 6,000 first. PLO, baby. We're gonna put that there. You see, I'm already on. You see that motherfucker thing right there? I'm already on to them motherfuckers. I'm up $7,000 on that trade, bruh. I'm up thousand. I just gotta flatten it. I think I already got them. I don't need to buy them and then sell them. I just need to flatten this shit. Just say that. Position shorts 1,000, up $7,000. Oh, baby, I love the way every day. Nobody like me out here, bro. Nobody be doing this. I'm up 7,000. This is why. Hold on, let me show off now. I got three. I gotta close this and then be on my way. Wait. Where is it? Stop it. Right here. This is why sometimes letting them expire is good. This is why. Hold on. This is why I think expiration and assignment is good. I feel bad for you and me. Wait, not that one. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. Baby, come back. No, this is God's country, son. And printed. I'm getting one PT close today and one PT, two PT. Got 2 minutes. Go, baby. I like to play mind games. John B. No, Ben Sva. Chunka chunk, chunka chunka. That's it. Flat that bitch. Flat that bitch right there. Close that. Come on. Do it. Come on. How many seconds? 30 seconds. 31. 32. 34. Bloomberg would have beat the piss. Boom. We're out of here. Still has not closed. Oh, you mother. Close that shit, bitch. Got me heated out here. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Took a full minute and 25 seconds. And I bought long. Close that shit. All right, now we're in. Ooh, flatten that. Get out of there. All right. We're buying one. We're going into the one territory. We're getting real balls. It's called show up. One, $300. Only one put in the money for today. Boom. Buy market. Then Friday, April 25th. I already got position in there. I got one of those already, but I'm getting one today. Damn, I'm already in the money, bro. I'm 29 points in the money. I'm 9 points in the money on puts from Thursday. Where is it? 23,000. Wait, that's one. 10. Not the December ones. The April 25th for Friday are up $2,000. I'm going to close them. Close that. Get the fuck out of here. That's 10,000. 10,000. I'm acting like Toby now. Bang. Very good. Close. It's there. Nope. 3,000. Close that motherfucker shit. Why is it taking so long? Whole song up in there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we buy the 25th ones, and we buy just two because we're respected out here. We're famous like a motherfucker. They're 7,000. They're $700. We're gonna buy two of those. Move that to green, and we're gonna buy two of those puts, and that's it. Boom, 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 boom. I made 10,000. I made more than 10,000 today. All right, let me update my page before I go to the library. Captions, right here. Okay, $7,000. Wait, 7,979 profit. Wait, hold on. Profit. Hold on, let me check my phone. My phone's probably dead. I haven't even checked my phone. My phone probably on 1%. On 1%, bro. Assignment, weeklies, profit, $10,000 plus. More than 10,000. That's exactly what we're going to tell Wall Street bets because they need me as motivation. They need me up in that motherfucker. I'm that guy. I had 1,000 shares short assigned of a 0 DTE. They printed 7,009. I had 10 contracts for Friday of this week since Thursday, up $2,600, $10,000 day. Again, it never misses. So I was done, baby. My color, maybe red, gang, or black. I bought one put for today, two for Friday. ITM. Nothing else matters. So I'll see you guys at 10:16 like always. 10:16. Are you seeing that screen? Are you seeing that screen? Am I really up $200 with two contracts? That's fucking violent, bro. That's violent money making right there. That's something ridiculous. Let me check that monitor real quick. 88 plus 175, bro. That's all I need to do. That's all I need to do. But I'm short money. You know, in my daily activities, the way I make money, and the food here doesn't allow me to have any extra to play in the stock market. Although, if I were to take some from my food, I would either not eat if I lose or make $300 in 1 minute, like a motherfucker. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Motherfucker, baby. We don't fuck around out here. 1%. It's holding by a hair. I like to play mind games. $10,000 day.